Hello everyone, and thanks for watching this new video on how to build a prototype in 5 minutes. Now this video is a little bit of a different format to my last one. It's a little bit shorter and it's more of a bite-sized how-to. If you're a UX designer or a product designer or somebody familiar with building prototypes already, this might not be super useful to you. But if you've got an idea for an app or for a website or for a new feature and you want to try and use a prototype to quickly have a conversation about that feature, then this could be a useful video for you. Simple prototypes are useful for all kinds of reasons. They can be the basis of communicating a new idea or a product vision. They can be useful for user testing, research and feedback. And they can be useful for expressing a user flow or customer experience to help better define a feature or user story. Prototypes should normally be low effort, almost throwaway, since the work is more about research and discovery rather than being part of a rigid upfront design. In this short video, we're going to look at paper prototyping and a little on digital prototyping in an app called Marvel. There are lots of other tools out there like InVision, Axure, Proto.io, Sketch, Balsamiq and Principle. I've just picked Marvel today simply because it's quite easy to use and easy to understand for first-time users. Today we're going to pretend we're building a new feature for Instagram, a feature that gives the user the ability to see their screen time activity, in other words, how long they've spent using the app. We're also going to be creating a simple user flow for Uber, so that we can test some notifications that users would see when they cancel their ride. Now this video is really short, we've only got a few minutes, so both of these prototypes are going to be really simple. So let's get started creating some screens for our Instagram user journey. The quickest way to create a simple prototype is by sketching the screens, on paper or at a whiteboard. This can be a really collaborative effort too, working with others in your team to shape the screens and flow. Once you're done sketching the screens, we'll take photos of them to use in our prototype app. So now we've got our screens, we can open up Marvel. We can start a new project. We'll select the type of prototype we want to create. This time we're just going to create a simple iPhone app. Then we can drag the photos of our screens into Marvel. Now we can get into the fun part, linking the screens together and creating hotspots and transitions. You can select lots of different types of behaviours, tap, drag, swipe, and quite a few transition types too. Remember, we're just trying to get across the basic idea, so the objective is not to put a huge amount of effort into the prototype. Now we can start to see the screens coming together and the user flow starts to take shape. Once you're happy, you can test your prototype in the browser to see if everything is hanging together okay and go back and tweak things if they're not. So that's the Instagram journey done. You can see the main feed screen, your profile, the draw menu, and opening the menu shows the new activity screen. The user can see their activity for the week, including how many hours they've spent using Instagram. Next, let's look at a really simple digital prototype. We'll use the design tools that come with Marvel. Lots of other apps, like we talked about at the start, have more sophisticated design tools, but these are plenty to get us started. Creating the digital screens is pretty much the same as sketching, although it's better because you can reuse your screens and use existing controls and objects. It speeds things up and makes your prototype look a little clearer, depending on what your sketching skills are like. We can add other things like timers and transitions, just as we could when we designed the screens based on our sketches. You can see creating the screens is actually really easy. It's just adding the objects and then just dragging them around to place them how you wish. In this journey, I've created a prototype that will use some notification wording we're going to test with some users for their feedback. It's a simple ride cancellation journey. Now I've hooked the screens together and added some transitions and some hotspots. It's a really basic flow and we can see what it looks like in preview. Next, we'll have a look at what the prototypes look like on an actual device. Here's the Instagram screen journey. Here's the Uber ride cancellation journey. As you can see, both are really short and sweet and took very little effort to create. They would be great for user testing, getting feedback on the features, or having them as the basis for a workshop. There are absolutely loads of resources online, especially from the likes of Apple and Google on human interface guidelines, where you can learn more about app development, interaction design, visual design, icons, controls, and app architecture. So that's it for this video. Have fun playing around and creating your first simple prototypes. I hope the video was useful, and thank you for watching.